of the show. Well, my name is Zeke Wanganga, and we have. All right, I have a guest speaker here today.
Hey everybody, my name is Khalia. I'm a part of a K-Roo radio station radio show as well. Showtime with Jada Monet.
All right, lit. Well, for those who don't know me, my name is Zeke Wanganga, and I am the president of Fired Up. So basically, our show is called God on Purpose, and I want to give a big shout out to Caleb. He was supposed to be here today, but he had a game in Vegas. So shout out to Caleb.
Good luck to Caleb.
And we are gonna have Dylan coming through in a few minutes, so we're gonna wait on him. But before he comes through, well, like I said, the name of our show is called God on Purpose, and I believe that as human beings, we are asked this question of like, why are we here? Who are we?
Right.
It's a great question that every human being asks, even if you know it or not. But before I go ahead, because the reason why I want to talk about purpose is because of success. Like everyone wants to be successful, but for you to be successful, you have to define success.
Absolutely.
And everyone has their own definition of what success is. But for me, I always see success. I define it by one of my mentors. His name is R. Nightingale. He says success is the progressive realization of the worthy ideal. So that means if you are doing what you're doing and you love doing it, you are being successful. It doesn't actually mean that you have to have a lot of money, but it means that if you are doing what you love doing, you're actually successful. And today I'm gonna be asking 5 questions that every human being asks, even without knowing it. Because if you don't know the answer to these questions, you're gonna be kind of confused about life. So the first question I'm gonna ask today is basically, who am I? That's a deep question. That's a deep question.
Right. How do I even go about answering that? You want to give me a little example?
So like, who am I? So it's more of like a identity. Like let's say for you, when you think of Beyonce, you think she does music. That's one identity she's known for. So it's more of like, what is your identity? And it's a deep question. It's a really deep question. It's a deep question.
Where do I start?
But so there are 5 questions, and each one links to each other.
Okay.
So for you to know who you are, you have to know where you come from. Where
Absolutely.
am I from? So it's more of like your source.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to know your source, you have to know, why am I here?
It's just like a branch. It just keeps growing.
It keeps growing. It keeps growing. It's like, why am I here? And the 4th one would be, what can I do? Which is your potential.
Okay.
So you are here. Why am I here? What can I do? And the 5th one is, where am I going? That's destiny. Because everyone asks that question, but not a lot of people know how to answer that question. It's like, where am I going? I think it's a really important question, and that's why I believe that for every human being to be successful, you have to know the reason for being.
Absolutely.
And that's why this 5 question is important. Like if you ask me, who am I? Like if you ask me, who am I? I'll start with, first of all, I am a son of God, right?
Okay.
First of all, I'm a spirit.
Okay.
With an intellect and a physical body.
Oh, okay.
So it's not really who you see. The person you see is not really who I am. That's just my jacket.
I like that. I like that. I can get down with that.
Yeah. So, like I was telling you earlier, how the iPhone was meant for a purpose, basically. And Apple made the iPhone for you to do maybe your internet, make calls, or a lot of things your iPhone can do. But if you decide on your own that you own this iPhone and you use your iPhone for, let's say, a paper clip or a paper holder or whatever, you are abusing the iPhone, right? And you can define what the iPhone is. You can't define what it's meant for. It can only be defined by the creator.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I like that. Okay. I didn't even think about it that way.
You see, so it's more of like, even though you own it, you can't decide how to use it. Even if you use it how you want it, you might be misusing it. It's more like the mic we're using today. The mic was meant for us to speak into it.
Right.
If we decide tomorrow that we're going to use it to fight other people, we are abusing it.
That's true. Yes.
Even though it might be a good tool to fight and kill other people,
it's not its purpose.
It's not its purpose.
Gotcha. I'm with you. I'm right here. I got it.
So it's more of like the question of like, who am I? Like, why am I here? What's the purpose? Why did God make me?
Okay.
Because They say if I don't know if you've ever heard the statement that you're special, you're one in a million.
Oh yeah, of course.
But
yes.
actually, that is somehow true. But you're actually one in 200 million.
Right.
Because you are one of like 200.
Right. Not just a million.
Sperms.
Right.
You know, and that means that you being on Earth, like anyone listening to this today, you being on Earth is for a reason, for this time and season, right?
I agree.
So it's not a mistake that we are here today talking about purpose,
right?
And for you to even talk about we human beings, you have to actually ask, where are we from and who are we? Like, where did we come from? It's more like a fish. A fish can only function in water. It cannot
give
function.
Me all these good metaphors. I like this. Okay.
It's like a fish. A fish cannot function out of water.
That's true.
And if you go back to Genesis, because I like backing on my statements with the Bible. And also, let me make this statement before I go on backing up with the Bible. First of all, I am not religious. Let's start with that.
Okay.
I believe in God and I believe in Jesus, but I'm not religious because I see religion. Religion can be some kind of segregation, because they say we believe this one thing and we don't want you to be part of it.
So you're more of a spiritual being.
I'm more of a spiritual being. I believe in Jesus.
Same.
Right?
I agree.
Because Jesus was never religious, and he didn't come to give us a religion. And that's something we're going to talk about now, but I'm going to introduce it today. So Jesus came to give us a kingdom. Because what happened in Genesis when Adam fell was basically he disconnected from his source. Right. More like the fish. If you take the fish out of the water, it dies.
What does it do? Right.
It totally dies, right? So Adam was disconnected from his source, which was the kingdom where he came from. And that's why Jesus came back. He came to give us a kingdom back, not to be the religion.
Come on, Zeke. Give me a little word.
But you see, it's funny because, if you do not see it that way, you think it's a religion. You think it's something that it's for you. Like it's something that it's, how am I going to put it? It's for you to kill people for, or for you to fight for something that is not even yours. And for me, I believe the Bible is a book of principles. It's not a religious book. Because I've read a lot of books. I've read Think and Grow Rich. I've read The Power of the Subconscious Mind. And these books are not even religious books. And almost every single chapter, you see a scripture from the Bible that they take from the Bible and explain.
And elaborate on. Right.
So it's more like, I think, I don't remember whose name it is, but he says that imagination is a preview of life's coming attractions. I'm trying to remember the name of the person that said that, but he's a famous, he's not famous, he's like a scientist. Okay. And if you listen to that, you know the person, probably, hey, hit us up on social media and give us that name. But he said that imagination is the preview of life's coming attractions. And that is basically in the Bible. It's called faith. It's called faith.
Right.
Because faith is a substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen.
One of those principles we talking about.
That's the principles.
Come on now.
And this guy's a scientist, right? So it's more of like me saying that the Bible is a book of principles. If you want to live a life on earth and like a full life on earth, you have to know the Bible. It's more of like a manual for your phone, right? You have an Apple, and your Apple comes with a manual.
You love this iPhone metaphor.
Go ahead. I got an iPhone. I'm an iPhone person.
Same. Team Apple.
So it's more like, although we never read the manual, like I didn't read the manual, we end up trying to figure it out ourselves, which is basically what we do. Where you like, I'm going to figure out how to make calls instead of like ask the manufacturer what he said on how to make calls. And that's basically what the Bible is.
See, I'm gonna go back to this metaphor. That's like when you first open your iPhone and it has like the terms and agreements.
Yeah.
And you just scroll past and be like, agree. That's what we talking about. Like, read your manual, read your principles, and then you won't have to go through these points of like conflict and tension. Like, oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It was right there in the terms and conditions you just agreed to without reading. See, I'm with you on this iPhone. See, I got it.
And that's true too, because I remember, I think it was I bought a phone at what is it called? I think it was like a Google Pixel 2. I think it was a Google Pixel 2. And basically, I went to give them back the phone, and the policy they said you can only hold the phone for 2 weeks, but I didn't know read the policy. I just signed it. So when I took it back in 3 weeks, they told me, it's already passed.
Right.
So it's more of like we never read the manual, so we try and fix life, try to do life ourselves. Like
and
our phone.
Then we go through life like aimless, and it's like, oh my God, I just need the answers. And it's like, but you had with the document you just signed and agreed to, But because you didn't read it, because you didn't take the time to like go through it, it's like you just living in mayhem.
Trying to error is basically
right.
It's
absolutely
like
yeah.
you buying I think the first time probably my dad would go like call it like a DVD.
Mm-hmm.
It was like back in 2008 or 9.
Okay.
And he bought a DVD and he put it in the where we like have the TV and stuff. And the DVD had a lot of functions in there.
Okay.
But I was the one who knew it because I read the manual.
Come on now.
And every single time they would call me, because the only thing my dad knew how to do was pause and on the DVD. But because I knew all the other functions, when the DVD stopped working, they called someone who knew the functions, right?
But if you would have read that manual,
you would have known it yourself.
You wouldn't have to go to nobody else.
And that's why I think, well, I'm not trying to badmouth like some religious preachers.
Of course.
Because they they mislead people because people don't really read their Bible.
Right.
And I'm gonna make this statement. I believe that success is predictable. You can predict success.
Explain, please.
Because let me put it this way. God made laws on earth to guarantee your success.
Okay.
So he put laws in place for you to actually succeed. The universe was meant for you to succeed, not to make you fall. Just like the fish.
Okay.
The law that puts the fish in water is for it to succeed in water.
Come on now, Zeke. I'm following. Go ahead.
Right? So the laws that make it to be a fish actually makes it survive. Like
right.
if it doesn't swim, if it's not in water, it dies.
Right.
So basically, the Bible has principles to guide your success. So God already has these plans for you. Say, do this, and this happens. And if you say no, you are actually detaching yourself from success.
Okay.
And like, there's a lot of statements in the Bible where God said, "I know the past from the beginning."
Mm-hmm.
So He already finished you before He started.
Okay.
Okay, let me put it this way.
No. I'm with you.
Let me go back to the iPhone again.
I got it.
So that people can also understand what I'm saying.
Okay. Because I'm with you. I'm right here.
So it's like the iPhone before they ever released. All right, we got our main man Dylan in the house, y'all.
Hey, Dylan.
Make some noise for Dylan.
What's going on, y'all? What's poppin'?
Not much.
Hey, we've been going through a lot since you've been gone, bro. But right now we are talking about so basically that God made us complete before He actually produced us on earth, right? So it's like the iPhone. Before they send an iPhone out, they finish it.
You love this iPhone. Okay.
Because everyone uses iPhones. So
that's true. So it's like, of course you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, of course you know what I'm talking about. Because like basically in Jesus' time, He used a lot of parables. He's talking about farmers and people who like had seeds and stuff because they were farmers. Mm-hmm. But now we got iPhones, so we're gonna talk about the iPhone, right? So before the iPhone was sent out, it was already finished. And what does the iPhone have? Well, what makes you know it's an iPhone? What makes you know what company it is?
Oh, the logo on the back.
Boom. The logo and the name. So,
and no headphone jack.
Right.
And
yeah.
No. So it's more like, so if you go back to Genesis, it says God made us in His own image. That means He put His image on us when He finished making us. So we are in the image of God. So if we want to function fully, we have to get connected to our image.
Our logo. Right?
Boom.
I'm with you.
Right? Yep. So it's basically, because what I'm talking about today is like, it might sound a little bit different from what people are used to, which is what I wanted to be like, where it's like something that they're like, I've never thought about it that way.
Right.
Where it's like, I can put it this way too. It's more like God planned your success before you came. Because sometimes we might be struggling with things and we think life is just against me. But God already has something planned for you if only you follow His process. Right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not easy because faith is something that does with like, you have to face your brain because the brain is put in your body to keep you alive. And faith goes against that because faith says, I don't see it, but I believe it. But the brain wants to see it and believe it. And that's why people don't want to do faith, right?
Yeah, no, for you because they feel like they have to see it. It's exactly. Like if you go up to if everybody in here took a test and then I come up to y'all and be like, oh, hey, both y'all got A's on that test, you're gonna be like, oh, he was like, show me.
Right. I want to see it. Where you see my A at? Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it's like, we wanna see things and prove it. That's why we like getting a degree to find a job, because the job is secure. We know we're gonna get paid at the end of the month. But if you were to say, I want to start building my own gifts,
or go freelance.
It gets hard. Because
you
now,
never know if you're not popping. You never know when somebody trying to book that next appointment.
Right.
So it's basically if you are willing to take the step out of faith. Because everyone on earth that we know that ever did something, they took a risk.
Yeah. Sacrifice.
So you got to sacrifice. Boom, sacrifice. That's the word, sacrifice. You got to pay something to get something. And it's hard to say, but a lot of students, not even students, like human beings in general, want to get something without like doing anything for it. We want to get six packs without going to the gym.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, no, sorry.
You want money, but you don't want to go to work.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like, well, they want something, but they don't want to put in that time.
Exactly.
You want a degree, but you're skipping class. We can do this all day.
How you gonna get a degree if you're skipping class?
If you're skipping class, what's going on?
Because I mean, it's also like the poor always said that the rich is greedy, but in the other way around, the poor is greedy because we want something without giving nothing. Because the rich gives more, that's why they get more. Although some rich people are not really legit with it, but if you look at it, it's more of the contributions they put in is what they get out of it. So the more contributions you put in is the more you get out of it. And another statement I like is like each one teach one. I think it was there's a Washington I heard it from. He said each one teach one. So basically, if you help other people get what they want, they help you get what you want. It's a link, right?
Yeah. So like kind of like you help me, I'll help you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's like a link. Like if I help you find like a job in the future, maybe your job will help my kid find a job.
Right.
But it's more like we are so focused on what we want now and now that we never get time to look around and find who is actually needing something else.
That's kind of like the thing where so I'm a filmmaker, writer, and so I get this. Well, now people are coming out and saying you shouldn't look up all the time. Like, you shouldn't look up for your mentors and your supporters. Like, you should look to the people next to you, because when you guys make it up to their level together, like, you can help me, I can help you, and it is that link instead of, how can I say it? It's a link instead of a ladder. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I can't reach you, but I have people I know who are talented and just not getting the opportunities they need or they deserve, who are right here, who we can just go back and help each other, and I can strengthen you on this because I'm more knowledgeable on this and you're more knowledgeable on that, and we can make our best work right here.
Exactly.
Boom.
I try.
Boom. Boom.
Exactly. If you want to go fast, you can like go by yourself, but when you want to go far, you got to go together.
Come on.
Boom. Come on. He's got to drop the
we're
ball.
preaching
He's
in here.
drop the word right now.
Right.
Hey, yeah, that is so true, because if you it's a link.
Absolutely.
It's not about a ladder trying to climb to the top. It's about the link. If you help someone, they're gonna help you back in the future. It's cause and effect. But if you focus on yourself alone, you're not gonna make it far. Because the universe, even if you go, let's go back to the Bible, Genesis. The only thing that God said was not good is human being, a man alone, right? So it's more of like, we have to be together. It's not a fight of religion against religion. It's a fight of human race against a deeper negative force that we are fighting against. We can't fight each other. We should come together and fight together, not against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically, if you help me out, I help you out. More like your friends. And that's why school is really important, because it's where you meet people who you link with.
The connections, the networking we make here will live on with us, will come in handy, or we come in handy one day. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Because you never know. Because, like, I cannot remember what the name of that film was, but basically it was so much work to get done that was because the editor was like, yo, like, if we're going to finish this in a time for the festival or whatever, like, we need to bring in another editor.
Right.
And then he was like, called up his buddy from film school and was like, hey, we need another editor.
You come in real quick and help us out?
Wow. See, that kind of leads me to the next topic I want to talk about, which is, what do people know you for? When people think about you, what comes to their mind? You know, and we should probably take a commercial break right here and have people think about that. When we come back, we talk about it. Like, what do people think about you? Like,
that's a good question.
When people think about you, what comes to mind? You know, like he called his friend from school because he knew the guy was good at it. That's why he called him. So when people think about you, what do they think about? So we are going to take a break real quick. We're going to play a music by my main man, NF. He's bringing it down with Lost in the Moment. We are back on. Hey, that was fire, man. That was NF, my boy, bringing it down, man. Ooh, I heard his album just went platinum. You were saying, Dylan?
Yeah. Perception just went platinum. So congrats out to NF, man. Album 4 on the way. He said he been on the studio. I can't wait because we definitely not getting that Uzi album anytime soon.
Hey, NF, if you're listening, hey, shout out to you. Hit your boy up. We out here representing the NF Real Music. You already know. Real. Hey, and we got our main man, T.Y. Brazil, bringing the word out. Hey, that was fire, too. That was meant for me. He was bringing it real. All right.
Oh, yeah, shout out. He not here, but shout out to Caleb, man. He the one that put me on that
Yeah, song. He the one that put me on it, too. Shout out to Caleb, man. Caleb, wherever you are, shout out to you, man. That was your song. Game. Good luck in your game. We are here. We're supporting from Kansas City. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's get back to it real quick. So we were asking the question: what do people think about when they think of you? Before you guys answer, let me make a statement. So one time they interviewed Michael Jackson and they asked Michael Jackson, like everyone knows Michael Jackson, and they asked him, Michael, do you love music? And he says, I am music.
Come on, Mike.
So he is music. Right? So, and the I am statement is the thing that comes before whatever you are, right? And there's no one that made the I am statement on earth more than the man Jesus, right? So if you guys can think of, what do you think people think of when they think of you?
You go first. I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of different answers because I've definitely been through different phases. So, like, if you ask somebody about me that I know from middle school, the first thing that's gonna pop up is like Dylan. They automatically associate with video games.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and then for the first part of freshman and sophomore year of high school, video games as well. And then towards junior and senior year, it was like I started getting associated with the Billy Bounce dance.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I was the first one at my school to do that dance. Shout out to You Funny B.
Hey.
But now here at UMKC, if they're not in the film program, because the film program, because they know me for doing film and stuff like that. And but the general person that knows me, they just know me for podcasts.
Come on, that's real.
I be shameless plugging all day.
That's real. Right? That's real. That's real. All right.
Oh, I definitely think I've gotten out of my shell since coming to UMKC. So, back in St. Louis in high school, I'd probably be like the quiet girl in the corner with her head in the book. I'd be like the bookworm. So now, I don't know. I'm just like the writer. Like, I'm the hungry filmmaker, like always trying to connect with people.
Okay.
Always trying to network. Like, what are you doing? You got a project? Like, I got something that you can help me on. We can work on. So, yeah, I'm the writer.
Lit. So I'm going to answer the same question.
Yeah, come on.
So when people think of me, this might be a little bit negative, but they think of me as like he talks a lot, because I'm an
socialite.
I'm an entertainer. I'm more of a guy who talks about purpose. So when you think of me, think about he loves God. You know, that's the one thing that comes to mind to people. But before now, it's definitely not what comes to mind. Before now, I was more of like a hipster going on, clubbing and all that. So it was like, if you think of Zeke, thinking of, oh, let's go party, But now it's more of like, if you think of me, you won't think of God, because that's where I'm linked up to, And that's basically, I think anyone listening to this, I guess my question is, if you haven't found out one thing that people think about you, you need to find out that what that is, Because when I think about, when I have a toothache, I think of, a dentist. I don't think of my pastor.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I was just the microphone, but sorry. Oh man, that was horrible. Clear my throat. My bad, y'all. But was because of so basically back in the day, if somebody was like, man, it was like I'm trying to party or where the party at, they hit you up.
Yeah, they'd be like, yeah, where the party at? That's like even today, people still do that. They come to be like, dude, where's the party? I'm like, I don't do that no more, man. I'm totally on a different course, And I believe another statement I want to make is that everyone has a gift, right? We all were born with a gift. It's more like, and another thing I want to say too is that the gift that we have is on the inside. It's not on the outside. A gift cannot be learned. It cannot be learned. It can only be refined. It's more like a seed. A seed has the tree on the inside of it, and the fruit of the tree is on the inside of the seed, right? So you put it in the ground, and it grows, it becomes a tree, and it gets fruit. The fruit of the tree is not for the tree. It's for other people to eat. So your fruit and your gift is not for you to eat. It's for other people to come and eat. So once you develop your fruit and your gift, people will come and get it. So it's more of you finding what your gift is, what your potential is.
That, so you like your enjoyment out of it is like just knowing like you recognize your purpose and what it does for others.
Exactly.
Okay,
yes. That's basically what it is.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your enjoyment. Mm-hmm. But you can't eat your gift. Like if you sing, you can't sing for yourself. You sing for other people to enjoy. And that's why I think this is a statement that one of my mentors made. His name is Dr. Miles Monroe. He says that the most valuable place on earth is not the oil miles in the Middle East. It's not in Dubai, but it's in cemetery, in the bare grounds, where people with potentials die with their potentials.
Let's see that kind. I don't know. I might be interpreting it wrong, but that reminds me of that because I was watching Viola Davis's Oscar acceptance speech the other day.
Yeah,
where she was
Opportunity.
Huh?
Was it the Opportunity one?
Yeah, kind of. It's the one where she was kind of like where she won, and then she started talking about the opportunities that we have as a filmmaker, and that we get to live our dreams, and that the people that's in the graveyard, they're like they some of them never saw their dreams come to fruit.
Exactly.
What's the word? Fruition.
Yeah.
I'm saying that right.
Yeah. Fruition.
Okay.
Fruition. That's the word. Yeah, that's true. Cause like I don't know if you guys heard the news of like the airplane that crashed in Ethiopia and 175 people died. That's really sad. Like
rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Man, the families that are affected, man, I'm so sorry, man. We are feeling for you guys. But basically, the people that woke up that morning never planned to die that day. And as we always planning ahead of time, and we never think of what if it's today. So it's more important to you looking around you and knowing who can you help today instead of thinking about tomorrow. Because the only time you have is today, not tomorrow. It's right now, and you finding what your purpose is, the gift that you have. Because you can go to school and get a degree, but your degree does not give you a gift. It doesn't even give you identity. What actually makes you valuable on earth is your gift. Because your gift cannot be taken away from you. It's more like the gold. So if you have a gold and it's underground, it's still valuable, even though you don't see it. Even though it's under dirt. Whenever you get it out of the dirt, you sell it and you get money out of it. That's how a gift is. Even though you might be going through a lot right now, you still have a gift. You still have potentials. Do not count yourself out that probably you can't play basketball or you can't sing or you can't dance. You think, I'm not gifted. No, you're gifted. Your smile might be a gift. Your hug might be a gift. Yeah, you just got to look inside. It's not always it. Because a lot of people, like I read a lot of books, and my intention of reading books was basically to find something outside of me. And I got to find out that it's not outside. It's been on me the whole single time.
Well, isn't that like the real purpose of college, right? Because with college, yes, we get tools for like the degree, for the career we want to do. But I feel like what's more like beneficial for me in my journey is just finding out who I am and what I want to do and what's my purpose. Because I would have known I came here as a theater major thinking I was going to be an actress, thinking I was going to do that whole thing. And then after a while, I was like, I'm hanging around with all these film students. Like, I want to write more. I'm not even thinking about theater. And I would have never known that if I didn't come here and go through that.
Yeah. And that's basically the purpose of education. But it's flipped. Now it's flipped.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are going to school to get a degree and get a job, which is fine. But if you're getting a job just to be an employee all your life, that's when it's wrong. Because just like we're saying, I came in as a civil engineer. And I got to realize that civil engineering is not what I want to do. I don't even like it.
You wouldn't have known it.
And it took me a while to figure that out. Actually, I had to leave this school because I had some financial issues. I had to leave for a semester. And while I was out, I saw life in a whole different perspective. That it's not all about grades. It's not about it's not your degree. Does not help you in life. It's who you are on the inside. You find out that one thing that you love doing and you do it well, and you become the best at it.
Purpose.
So basically, I'm not bad out in school because I'm a student. But if you're in college and you're trying to get a degree because you want to get a job, it's not going to satisfy you. You know, you need to search inside and see what is one thing that I actually love doing, and find out what that is. And it's earlier. It's better for you to start now finding that thing than when you get out there when you already graduated, because at that time you have a lot of pressure on you. You know.
You got a lot of pressure, and then if you want to go back to school to, you know, get extra good at your passion or extra practice, then you got to come back. You got to come back and either get another bachelor's or just go into graduate school and get that master's degree.
And that's like spending more time, and time is wasted. And there's the most valuable thing on earth is time, because we can't buy it back. You cannot get more of it. You only get 24 hours a day.
So true.
So you might as well use it, make it useful. Do something that you actually love doing, not something that your parents, you know, told you to do. Because a lot of people are fulfilling other people's purpose and not their purpose, which is really bad. So you want to ask yourself, what is it that I want to do? No matter how small it is. If you want to shine shoe, you become the best shoe shiner. You have your own company and you shine shoes. It doesn't matter if you like cut hair. If you become the best at it, the award will come for you.
No, for real, because there's people that then got their riches from every type of different situation, like, you know what I'm saying? Because of course, like, the easiest thing to see is like an NBA, NFL player be like, oh man, they done made millions of dollars playing football. And it's like, well, like, that's not the only thing. Somebody that made millions of dollars writing books. Somebody that made millions of dollars, you know, making films. Somebody that made $1 million selling clothes.
Exactly.
Shining shoes.
Yeah, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, $1 million shining shoes. Like, you get your own shop, and then boom, and then, you know,
cutting hair. You can cut hair and make $1 million.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's not.
Everybody need a haircut.
I think the statement I heard that changed my life is, it's not what you do, it's how you do what you do. Basically, it's not about what you do. And I think we've come to the end of the show today.
Yeah.
It's so sad. We're going to go more because this is a fired up topic. But you guys, so
I saw what you did there. Fired up topic.
It's a fired up topic. You already know. So if you guys are out there and you're on campus and you want to join us, so we have our meetings every Tuesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the MSA office in the Student Union, the third floor, the Student Union. And hey, come through. We're gonna talk about more, and you're gonna meet all of us. And it's a place where we come together and actually share ideas and also love on each other. And I want to give a shout out before I go. I want to give a shout out to my Nigerians, because I'm a Nigerian up in the house. I came from Nigeria. So I want to shout out to my Nigerians. Shout out to everyone who loves God. Shout out to my people from Kansas City, my people from Iowa, and shout out to everyone I love. You guys want to do a shout out before you go real quick?
All right. So, you know, shout out to I'm just gonna give a shout out to my own show real quick, the Dylan Did Work podcast. You can listen live on k-rue.org. The gaming and film portion of the show is Wednesday at 2:00, and the hip hop episodes are Fridays at noon.
Okay. Any other shout outs? That's it.
Shout out to Andrew, Adam, Alex. They're my 3 co-hosts. Throughout the different show topics, and you know, shout out to, you know, everybody that's been supporting me so far, man.
Dope. I just want to shout out my show, Showtime with Jada Monet and Khalia. We basically talk about movies and TV shows and have a whole discourse around the theme. That is Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4:30 to 5:30. Also want to shout out St. Louis 314 Day on Thursday.
Hey,
so we're gonna be lit. We're gonna be turned, and yeah.
All right, we've come to the end of the show. Hey, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at firedup_UMKC. And also, you can follow us on Snapchat as well. You can go on YouTube and subscribe at firedup. So go on YouTube, click on subscribe, and we're going to have this video. Hopefully, we're going to have this video sometime this week. And, hey, you wanna keep up to date with us because we got a lot going on. And, hey, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys who tuned in today. And, hey, you'll have a wonderful evening. Thank you, and signing out. Bye-bye.